Hey, what's up guys? Rev here. Back with another video about Sweet Baby Inc. and how much we suck butts. Yeah. What did she do this one? I mean, this time. Yeah.
Hey, what's up guys? Rev here. So today we have some more explosive updates involving the ongoing Gamergate situation. What began simply as a series of criticisms being directed at Sweet Baby Inc. has evolved into a much bigger situation as members of the related...
Come on, do extremist stuff. I'm just not gonna buy your shitty video games. That logo's so creepy. I know, man. Why did they call it Sweet Baby Inc. in the first place? I don't understand.
Industries have come to their defense, and as we will learn in this video, there are also federally backed agencies coming to the defense of Sweet Baby Inc. Now, before we get into that, let's revisit this tweet from Alyssa, the Kotaku author, responsible for the article that was defending Sweet Baby Inc. She also made this tweet saying, "You can't be racist against white people." Now, we've seen other members of the industry come to her defense, like this Lalanders individual, who said that community notes can be made up, and she says,
Oh no, not my Canadian government helping Sweet Baby Incorporated.
I think, I watched that Asmon video about the Sweet Baby Inc. situation. Did you know that they identify themselves as settlers in Canada? If you're, like, part of Sweet Baby Inc. and you're white, they identify themselves as settlers. They're not, like, they're not people who are Canadian. They're settlers. It's so weird. It's why? I don't know. I don't understand it. It's like a form of identification. I remember someone said, like, you should go back to Europe, and then someone from Europe said, I don't want them here. Take them. You can have them. One of the EU frogs in the video was like, nah, you can keep them. I'm good.
These white people just sound like they have a race fetish, but like in reverse.
They're just are terminally online, like, victims. Always victims.
essentially implying that what Alyssa said is true, and we have learned that she is a narrative designer at Cliffhanger Games, and someone working on the upcoming Black Panther game.
I thought this was the Dota 2 TI award trophy for a second. I was like, my brain's so rotted from MOBA gaming. Yeah.
That is yet to be released. Now, unfortunately for her, a clip of her has resurfaced on Twitter, where she openly and unashamedly claims that she will not hire white people because she doesn't want to be around them. Yes.
If you said the opposite, like, if you switched those words around, you would be, like, I wouldn't even say ostracized, you'd probably get killed for saying that kind of stuff. Like, what? Yeah, I don't want to work with you because of your race? What?
This is a real clip.
What?
I have a team of 21 right now for Validate. It's a pretty big team. It's a crazy big team for indie games.
Yeah, sure.
But who is your team? Validate has a team of mostly all people of color. We have no white people on our team.
Oh my god.
To create a safe environment. And I know the best way for an environment to be safe is to be around people who are just like me.
Nah, ma'am, hold on. Let me unpack this. You do not grow as a person by not interacting with anyone else that doesn't think like you. That is not healthy, that's not good. Like, racist aside, that is not good work ethic. That is insane! What is wrong with you? I don't want to interact interact with people who aren't like me because I feel unsafe. Yeah, she was segregation. You can have your company that has all the people that think
Yes,
like me.
surround yourself with other racist.
Yeah, I just don't get it. Yeah, Reddit mindset IRL. No, you can't think differently. No.
And I'm not saying that white people in the industry are creating unsafe environments. I'm not saying that. That is not what I'm saying. I am
Okay.
saying that sometimes it is hard to work with white people because they think that something made okay, but it was really a microaggression.
Oh my god, you said the word microaggression, automatically my brain just wipes out everything you said in the last like 30 seconds. My microaggression. Chat, you are microaggressioning me.
And no one wants to deal with that while you're trying to make a game that they love.
Now, to the surprise of...
I'm not racist, but, like, if you have to say the word but before you say I'm
She's
not
got a micro
sexist.
brain for thinking of this shit.
No. If you say, like, I'm not racist, but it's probably racist. Like, I'm not racist against white people, but sometimes I feel like I'm uncomfortable around them.
I just need her to say unconscious bias for a bingo. Come on, Lady Luck.
Oh my gosh, what are you gonna win? This crazy bitch award? Oh my god. This bitch is crazy. Isn't that right, chat? You guys call me a furry streamer. I'm a good person.
Probably no one, if you visit her LinkedIn page, you will find out that she was an employee at Sweet Baby Inc. That is not surprising
Classic.
at all. But going forward, this hyperfixation on hiring people based on merit and the delusion surrounding Sweet Baby Inc. defenders is best exemplified by this tweet and the following interactions based on it. So
You want to know what's interesting? Sweet Baby Inc. haters are anti-woke and hate DEI efforts and want people to be hired on merit, without considering the reality of bias in hiring. Ah, there we go! You got it! The bingo! The fucking unconscious bias! There it is! There it is! The unconscious bias! You got it! Bingo! Ding, 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 ding.
So this individual says, you know what's interesting?
Oh my
SBI
God.
haters are anti-woke and hate DEI efforts and want
Hired
people
on
to be
merit?
hired
Yeah.
on merit without considering the reality of bias in hiring. But then they call SBI racist for calling out that STEAM community leader because they were Puerto Rican. So before we analyze this tweet, I am very sure that this whole angle
Wasn't he Brazilian, not Puerto Rican? I could be wrong.
down here calling Cabrutus
Yeah,
a
he's
Brazilian man, Puerto Rican is supposed to be some
Oh my god, wait. All Latin Americans are Brazilian. Yeah, Puerto Ricans and Brazilians are the same, bro. Dude, this is you can't make this shit up. This is so funny.
kind of a jab
All of
or
them are the
disrespect.
same, according
Very
to this
weird
guy.
stuff. But moving forward, a
Oh my
developer
lord.
from Rough Paws Studio would reply
Rough
with
Paws,
this.
nice name.
I don't mind
Paws.
DEI as long as the end product, the writing, the characters, and the story are all good. But they never are they? People should be hired based on their talent, nothing else. I don't give a F what race, gender, or sexual preference somebody has
Base.
as long as they
They're
make
good at their freaking job. Damn, that's
good products.
crazy.
That is a very reasonable thing for this studio to be saying. However, the OP here would strongly disagree. They would quote them saying, "You're a development studio saying this on main. Yikes."
If you use yikes unironically, you should have every social media account taken away from you. Like, yikes unironically. Jeepers creepers, you're saying that on your main? Yikers. Cringe.
They thought this was a known.
Yikes!
They thought this quote was a known. They thought they were exposing this development studio for saying you should hire people based on their merit, not based on the color of their skin. This is the level that Sweet Baby Inc. defenders will go. And I replied to this tweet saying the progressive is baffled by a studio hiring people based on their skill/merit instead of the color of their skin, where within 1 minute, the tweet was deleted. The OP blocked me and then privated their account. That was a very fast tactical retreat.
He's like, oopsie doopsie, I said it.
Anyone who says yikes should be instantly IP banned from Twitter.
No. It's, you can say it ironically, but like when you're doing it like, oh my god, yikes, bro.
On their behalf.
Yikes.
But it just shows that they don't really stand by anything that they're trying to claim.
No,
on
they're a
Twitter.
weenie.
And the second they are pressed about it, they run. But moving forward, there were some other
it's
very strange
Grums.
developments going on over the past day or so. As pointed out in this tweet, we now have an involvement from Wikipedia. Wikipedia has entered the fray.
I saw this
and is
tweet
coming to the
yesterday, right,
defense
chat?
of Sweet Baby Inc. Now, if you look at their page, you can see the edits. There have been dozens.
Remember like the Mortal Kombat music over the edits, and then I scrolled down. Dun, 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 dun. That was so good, man. Yeah, the edits like, no, you're wrong.
Of edits over the past couple of days, all of which are using games journalist articles defending Sweet Baby Inc. as their sources. If you go to the actual page itself, it reads like one of the Kotaku articles, at no point addressing the harassment campaign created by the Sweet Baby Inc. employee.
Wikipedia is actually dog shit for context on politics. No, anything that is like context for politics or like things that are happening right there and then, Wikipedia is such a terrible source of information because anybody can edit it on the fly as things are coming out, and it spreads misinformation on top of that because it's like it'll what people do is that they edit it like right there as it happened, and then the next day the truth will come out and they'll be like, oops, we have to edit it again, but then the damage is already done because they already put it into Wikipedia, so like everybody's read it. Like, it's so bad.
And at no point addressing any of the racism of their employees or the other journalists defending Sweet Baby Inc. And you can read right here, you can pause for yourself. It's absolutely crazy. And the only sources they use are from games journalists covering the situation. It's very obvious what's going on here. Wikipedia is taking the side of these journalists and Sweet Baby Inc. and they're doing it completely mask off while gaslighting you and spreading misinformation about this situation. Remember,
keep in mind that they harassed the Brazilian guy that owns the Steam Group page first, but in this article it says that they don't include the fact that they went on to harass that guy and tell him to get his Steam account banned. They're always including the parts like, oh, they got doxxed and they were the ones that were getting harassed. Like, no, actually that happened first, and then people got mad at you for doing that thing to them. It's like, oh,
remember this, the
crazy.
next time you open up Wikipedia and they have one of those
Puerto
tip
Rican.
jars where they're begging for your donations or they're going to shut down, just keep that in mind the next time you see something like that.
Yeah, I've never
But
given
moving forward,
Wikipedia a
it's not
dime,
just
fuck 'em.
Wikipedia. We have much more serious threats going on in this situation. As this tweet from Niche Gamer implies, there are now American tax dollars going to organizations who are defending Sweet Baby Inc. Yes, this is real. So you
Oh my god. I just paid my taxes and this shit's going into them. Guys, I pay my taxes and this is where it's going. Instead of like filling potholes in Virginia somewhere or like fucking Ohio, this shit is getting what? What? Oh my god, I'm losing my freaking mind. It's all my fault. Shut up, it's not.
can see here, this organization called Take This is calling out the Steam curation group Sweet Baby Inc. detected
I'm
and
not a
claiming that they
furry!
need to be dealt with. This is an organization, if you go to their website, you can see they are funded by the Department of Homeland Security. We are literally
I'm getting my taxpayer dollars!
Ain't no way. Ain't no freaking way.
My taxpayer dollars are going towards the federal government, and this is where they go. Oh my god! This can't be real! You're paying for them to treat gamers as terrorists. Yeah, that's right, Trent. I'm part of the problem. Maybe I should stop paying them.
dealing with feds at this point.
Feds!
These people are using American tax dollars and support from Homeland Security to try to take down a Steam curation list. That's how crazy things have gotten.
Take this. Hold on, let me read this real quick. Take this. Washington. We're a non-profit mental health organization providing comprehensive resources and support to diverse cultures and issues of the gaming community. Oh my god, I'm about to go full Pippa mode. It's Walmart, it's time.
Down a Steam curation list. That's how crazy things have gotten. And if you look at their official statement, they wanted to.
I wouldn't even be mad if, like, I was paying federal taxes for, like, other states to have their potholes filled. Or, like, I don't know, helping, like, some homeless veteran get a fucking, like, a house. Or something, like a place to live, but this is where my money goes.
Gamergate.
I'm sorry, I smashed my finger into the space key. I just can't! I'm dystopian!
So they're talking about Discord, Steam, and Twitter, and how they have been predominant platforms where the abuse and harassment has been taking place directed towards these developers. In these spaces, list of game studios, companies, and associated organizations are being circulated for targeting by members of the mob.
You hear that, chat? You're part of the mob. You're the ones harassing Sweet Baby Inc. by watching Rev's videos and listening to me cry about my tax dollars going literally into the drain, into piss. Probably tax frauded. Back. Yeah, you're a gangster. That's right. You're a mobster.
As scholars and journalists have noted, the targeted harassment, hate, and cultural norms that were at the heart of Gamergate in the mid-2010s never went away. My god, how dystopian does all of this feel when it's coming from a federally backed agency like this? But anyways, a lot more talks about Gamergate 2 were elevated by this tweet right here. So this is simply a clip sharing a discussion between the former Blizzard employee Mark Kearns, who has the Grums at. We've covered several of his tweets in our videos about this situation, having a talk with Cabrutus and the Quartering about some of the basically in the know information about how some of these games are funded.
Even EA does this. I worked with EA.
He's a VTuber! Look at him! He's a VTuber!
We were putting together a deal where they were taking bailout money from the banks in the last financial crisis that we had, and they were applying that cheap money towards games. Same thing with COVID money. They're applying that cheap money towards games. And what has been the cheapest money while interest rates were still low, a couple of years ago? It was ESG financing. And so they're going to take this money and they're going to put it into games. But now that they don't have that money anymore because ESG is either
it's a VTuber, not a PNG.
Because the returns on investment
you can see the mouth
have been
moving.
So poor on Wall Street for ESG funds that source of revenue is drying it up. This woke machine cannot continue in the way that it is now for AAA gaming. And I think,
I hope it fizzles out. Just make good games and nobody would complain. Blizzard made fucking good games. Used to. They did bad shit behind the scenes. Look at Bobby. Nobody cared because they made good games.
You're not going to see. You're not going to see much of an ability to course correct because the studios are
they're just going to shut down, right?
They're going to shut down.
Now, what made this clip really blow up on Twitter was this right here, a quote retweet from Elon Musk. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Elon Musk has gotten involved in this situation. Of course, his involvement puts a huge spotlight on this clip and the related situations that it's talking about. You guys can't see it. Hold on. Now, the coping and seething began immediately. There was a proposed community note saying this. This is a racist conspiracy theory.
Oh my god! Chat, you hear that? You're racist. You're racist for thinking this.
Referring to the coverage of this situation by people like Mark Kern and Elon Musk simply sharing the message. Of course, this was a proposed community note. It was shot down and voted down and did not get attached to Elon Musk's reply here. And it just shows the levels of desperation that these people are having. And you can see the coping reflected in some of the quotes. This individual saying, "This effing loser is going to amplify and boost these shitbirds into everyone's timelines. It's going to be worse than before." Of course, it's going to keep getting worse than before because a lot of the related parties in this situation, the games journalists, Sweet Baby Inc., and alike, will not stop talking. And the more they talk, the more people are seeing their true colors, and old clips and tweets are popping up and being used against them. They are quite literally ruining themselves by continuing to talk about the situation and to refuse to take any sort of accountability for the bad products they're making and also the misdeeds of their own employees and their associates.
It's funny because they'll always come back and say like, oh, gamers don't like our games because they're racist. It's like, well, actually, if you made a good game, nobody would care. It's astounding to me. And then the cope, it always like goes back around and around in circles with them, and they're always blaming like the people instead of blaming themselves. Why can't you just own up to and be like, ah, yeah, like, Forspoken, that game was shit because it was a bad game, not because, and the writing was terrible, not because the gamers didn't like it. It's always like I just don't get it. I don't get it. Have these people forgotten what gamers even are? They're not gamers, I feel like. They're not part of the they're not real.
But
that's crazy.
Here are going to continue to drive much of the misinformation we see in the upcoming months and years. Get your social media and marketing teams prepared with the sea of nonsense returning post Gamergate 1. Now, what I've been doing with a lot of these people, and it's a very good tactic if you want to use it for yourself, simply ask individuals like this if they support actions shared in tweets like this, where I have a screenshot of Alyssa's tweet about white people, a Sweet Baby Inc. Employee's similar comments about white people, slurs being said by another Sweet Baby Inc. employee, and also their wish to see Jewish people game ended, and also a screenshot of the original harassment campaign launched by the Sweet Baby Inc. employee against Kabrutus and his Steam group, where this individual...
And Steam said, no, there's nothing wrong with your Steam group, it's staying up. That was such based Giga Chad behavior. They were like, nah, nothing's wrong with it. Stop crying about it. You're wrong.
From the industry replied saying, this isn't the case, and therefore your question is invalid.
Nah, all this evidence that is actually real and not fake and it exists online on the internet, nah, this isn't real, therefore I'm not gonna answer your question. Yeah, what a fucking bitch. A little spineless coward.
They are saying that none of this is harassment and none of this is bad, and an example of discriminating against others based on the color of their skin. Where another user would reply saying, yo, Khalif, are you going to answer the question soon? Are you trying to figure out how to move the goalposts and spin it back to victimhood? Where he replied saying, oh, I don't support discrimination, and what was shared here isn't discrimination.
They literally use like homophobic slurs. and say the hard R on the N word. Like, you can't see it, it's like cut off. And then this chick is like talking about how white people are disgusting and like weird. I'm not kidding. It was like, she also talks about like killing white men or something, like in one of these tweets. I forget. I'd have to like pull it up, but you can actually see it. I wish I was joking. It was something like, if I had to be in a room with a young white male, I'd probably kill him. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? Granted, it was posted 10 years ago, but still, it's kind of weird.
Yes, everything I just talked about, these disparaging comments about whether it's Jewish people, gay people, white people, all of these comments and related harassment campaigns, none of these are discrimination in the eyes of individuals like this, Sweet Baby Ink defenders. Really tells you a lot, huh? But moving forward, I would use the same tactic on another individual from the industry, where they were saying, if you're harassing game devs and journalists because an individual developer called out an intentionally incendiary Steam group, then you really need to come back down to earth. A few people with large followings are stoking the fires for money and engagement. That's it. Where I did the... True. Because they would make this and absolute cope of a tweet saying, in quotes, do you support these screenshots? Why are you not responding? Why are you hiding? Who do you think you are? You think you're better than people, which, again, this is a lot of projection as well. Well, they say this, I'm sorry, but there's literally hundreds of strangers with anime avatars in my mentions, and I'm grinding.
Anime avatars! People with anime avatars are in my mentions, and I'm just playing Fortnite. I'm hiding my head in the sand while people are yelling at me that I'm being fucking stupid.
In the Fortnite battle pass right now. And they say that also with the replies locked.
Although she's not wrong, anime profiles are pretty bad.
This person's like a literal living meme at this point. But yeah, they clearly saw questions being asked by people like me, and instead of answering very simple questions like, do you support discriminating against people based on the color of their skin, they can't even answer, so they make these cope tweets where they're trying to flame people and mock them for having anime avatars and saying that playing Fortnite is more important than answering those questions while they spend all this time and effort complaining about people asking the questions in the first place. It's mind-boggling. But really, that's...
Sweet Baby Ink says, yes, I want to have white people not in my workplace. Yes, that's fine. But people with anime avatars telling you might be a little bit fucking racist? Nah, that's not okay. I have to play my Fortnite. I'm putting my head in the sand.
That's where we're at this current time. That is the most recent update. And what's really shocking about all this is
I'm being facetious.
The masked-off nature of it all. Where people, whether it's games journalists, Sweet Baby Ink employees, or their defenders, they will just openly gaslight and lie to you right to your face without hesitation. They have no ethics. They have no self-awareness. They just want you to sit there and accept a false narrative about everything that's happening because they think you're stupid and you're gullible, and they don't even respect you as a gamer in the first place. They think you're less than. They think it's okay to lie to you. They think it's okay to mistreat you based on the color of your skin or your religion or other...
Or even better, not hire you because they, for some reason... Even if you have a lighter skin color than them, they think that's okay not to hire you. How racist? Like, how stupid? How stupid? Like, can't you get sued for that? Is that not like against the union? Like to say that kind of stuff in public and be an employer like who hires employees? It's illegal in the US. Is she from Canada? Is it what? Like what? Yeah, you can't say that. Like that's so stupid.
Other things like that, and it's honestly pathetic. And the more attention that's getting,
yes, they give me sued, but good luck with the feds backing him. Oh yeah, that's right. My taxpayer money also goes back into the system. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, never mind. My taxpayer money will protect them, I'm sure.
Driven towards a situation, yeah, it's frustrating to deal with these people, but it's exposing a lot of them. And that's really the key in this situation, is seeing the mask off nature and keeping track of who is doing this stuff and who is supporting Sweet Baby Inc. and their defenders. But for now, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys next time.
I love it. I love it so much. Thank you, Rev, for informing me yet another day that I want to die.
Stop buying games. This is the only way to fix this. Let these studios and game journalists lose their jobs.
I'm gonna say it. Everyone would have to stop buying games, and that is extremely difficult to accomplish in this day and age. It's like telling people to stop eating McDonald's.